It was the first time that the Director of National Drug Control Policy had visited a Teen Challenge Center. Director Gil Kerlikowske arrived in the morning for his April visit. Of course, we were thrilled with the opportunity to show the highest levels of government what God is doing through Teen Challenge. When the director arrived, Teen Challenge of Arizona's statewide director, Reverend Snow Peabody, was ready to make the introductions.
Diane's an RN, graduate of the University of Arizona Nursing College, and oversees this wonderful unique program where mothers can take infant children during recovery.
That's so critical, isn't it, to keep the families together, particularly mothers that might not ask for help. Or
they won't get help if
they can't bring their children.
After the introductions, it was on to the chapel to hear testimonies.
We'd like to have the Sink family come, Nat and Chelsea and the boys, and if you would address the director with your story.
Probably after about a year of doing drugs and alcohol and driving our kids around and practically destroying their lives as well as ours, I had a dream and a vision that me and my wife came to Teen Challenge. At that moment, I went and found my wife at 6 o'clock in the morning at her uncle's. She was all passed out drunk from huffing gas and using drugs all night. And I told her that we were going to go to Teen Challenge, and she said, heck no, we're not going. After coming through the program, God has fully restored me and my family. This would not be here today if it was not for a program like Teen Challenge.
And while Matt was getting help through the men's program, Chelsea was getting help through the women's program at the Home of Hope. It's a home in Casa Grande where the women can live with their children while they get the help they need.
As I went through and got further along, I actually was proud of myself for the first time, because I'm actually completing this, and had a lot of downs in the program. About 8 months into it, I found out I was positive with HIV, and that shattered everything. All my goals that I wanted, for when I got out, I wanted to quit the program then and there, because it just seemed like it wasn't worth it. I worked so hard for all that, and to find out this is what I get in return, I was angry, but the staff there were amazing and helped me through that. God carried me through that part of the program, and I actually did get healed while I was in the program, and I'm HIV negative now.
We also heard from John, whose addiction to methamphetamines led to a life of crime and violence.
Well, I found myself behind bars. I gave the system 6 years of my life due to my anger, because I became addicted to that lifestyle. So I was introduced to the gangs in there, the Mexican mafia. I became, I love to work for them. God has moved me from that point in life and brought me to Teen Challenge. Not just brought me, but brought me by the roots. My desires now is to go out there and speak to those and let people know what God has done for me. If He can do it for me, He can do it for anybody.
As the drug czar, Director Kerlikowske's three main areas of emphasis are prescription drugs, drug driving, and prevention.
We know that prevention can work if it comes from peer groups, if it comes from parents, if it comes from faith-based groups, neighborhood and community groups, and schools. And if young people get that message, and they get it from a variety of focuses, all the ones that I just mentioned, we know that works.
Director Kerlikowske's remarks were underscored earlier by the testimony of Nat'l. Nat'l is an intern now at the Springboard Home for Youth in Crisis in Oro Valley. She herself was in crisis when the Stay Sharp program visited her school.
I would do anything to get my drug. I lost everyone. I lost my friends. I lost my family. I lost everything. And so Stay Sharp came to my school that my mom worked at. My mom's a counselor at my school. And she saw the program, I didn't. And she recommended Springboard. And so I said, I'll give it a try, anything, I wanted help. And I came into Springboard, and it changed my life. And God has been able to fill that void fully and completely. And just my life has changed so much thanks to God in Teen Challenge.
And it's the stories that director Kerlikowske heard in Tucson that he's now taken to Washington.
Today, I'll get to talk to members of Congress. I'll get to talk to people in the administration. And I'll come back and say, boy, you can't believe what I heard in Tucson.
The visit by Director Kerlikowske is already opening doors for Teen Challenge, as Reverend Snow Peabody has opportunity to visit Washington, D.C. on behalf of Teen Challenges everywhere. He's already noticing the favor that he is receiving, favor that comes from God as he displays his power and love through the changed lives of Teen Challenge.